Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Dior, and this is Labyrinth Touhou 2. Alright, so I'm kind of looking at the map here. Obviously, I can't really show what I'm seeing here or what I'm directly looking at. Okay. Can you enter from there? Okay, I see what we can do. We need to head back to the beginning. Not sure what. Yeah, we can go down. Down should be fine. Let's see if I can. No, it's not gonna work. Yeah, we're gonna get punched here. Oh, no, good. Yay for making all my tanks build attack instead of defense. Alright, yeah, so what we can do here is hit this switch, hit this block, and then keep on going this way. So with this, we now have access to all the lower levels here. We'll start with the back one. Oh, there is one we missed up there. Okay, I want to do the one that's up there first, even though it doesn't look like it actually goes anywhere. Nice. Okay, that's a little too much. Alright. Smash you. Thank you. And then... just barely. Okay. So yeah, there's a bunch of these up here. We could... oh, I can't go up this way, can I? Nope. That's going to bother me. Alright, let's be bothered then. Let's go this way. We still have stamina, right? Yeah, okay, we do not outspeed the tops. Thank you for letting me know. Alright, so I can't do anything. Can I? Yeah, I can go in this way. And then hit this. Right, how do I get back there then? Because that doesn't let me loop. Oh, I would have to leave, won't I? Well, no, there's a way to loop around. Obviously, the easy way is just literally just to leave and come back. Taking a bit of punishment there. Alright, and then from here, you can go down and loop around this way. Hermit Kadama. Now you're just making up stuff. I'm pretty sure that's probably something we have to reveal at some point. Okay, so there's no, so this, there's that spot here, right in the middle. There is no way to get there from where we're at. because the switches that I can access will turn on, that will actually open that gate, will close the gates that lead into it. So literally I can't actually get there. Like, I'm looking, but yeah, there's no way. So I'm going to ignore it. Alright, so back to what we were originally doing. Alright. Okay, back to what I was doing. So, further spot first. Infringer, huh? Yep, we've got it before. Okay, so there is actually more up here, so that's how you get access to into this area. Okay, so that is expanding more than I thought it would. Got it. And we get the Excalibur. Anyone even using those anymore? Nope. Of course, I was assuming it's a sub-equipment. Holy Sword Verbrecht, whatever it's called, I just got as well. Yeah, Excalibur works we've gotten before. And we've gotten that before, cool. Nice that they're dropping tier 400% items now. Okay. Alright, so that area is done. So I have to come in through that gate there to get access to that event. Question is whether or not I'll have enough stamina to do it. I mean, losing Mailing's not the end of the world. We'll lose the random start first ability, but that's about it. Unknowns. Is that really a thing? Unmanned suicide weapons created by using Instilled Despair. I'm pretty sure we've gotten these before, but unmanned suicide weapons created using ancient technology devastated the land after beating the AI. Not all that powerful, but proves strength in numbers, instilling despair to both the world and the player. Yeah, you're using it. In that case, enjoy some unknowns. Boost your speed and evasion. I don't suppose you're faster now. No, not even close. The fact that the tops go faster than Netherray and she's currently at 39-36 speed is utterly ridiculous, by the way. Is that everything? I'm just seeing if I missed anything else. Nope, just that spot there. Cool. So we hit this. Alright, here we are. What do we got here? You're carrying that... Ah, it's that book reading yokai. Oh, I've warmly awaited your return, dear customer. Who cares about that? What's more important is what you're carrying. What exactly are you talking about? Who's carrying what? Heh, you're referring to this book now. Yes, that. That's my book. What's she going on about? You're surprisingly dense today, Reimu. She's talking about these non-Newman system books. I accidentally lost these books. Give them back to me. Your books, you say? My, you appear to be mistaken. These are unique articles that I discovered while walking around here. That makes them no different to the items I sell at my store. Well, if you so desperately want these books, then you would have to provide something of equivalent value, That's how you stole the 13th issue and all the later issues from me before. Whatever could you mean? Don't besmirch my reputation. Reimu came to my store to sell those books, and I bought them for a fair price that was agreed on by both parties. Of course, I have no idea how Reimu acquired those books, or what issues occurred between Reimu and yourself. If you have any complaints, perhaps you can bring them up to Reimu herself. Why, you saying something, Birdie? Oh. This shrine maiden really shows no mercy towards yokai. You should just buy it from the antiques dealers the normal way. It'd be faster. No one would fault you for it. How much would it cost to buy then? Why, I'd be sure to give you a reasonable price for them. Provided you help us with the exploration of the Great Tree, the more we have around, the easier I have it here. Be easier on me too. Heck, if you take the offer, I'd be willing to not exterminate the noisy and annoying yokai right in front of me. Jeez. You have it tough too sometimes. It's best just to yield to those with power. All I wanted was some books, and now it's ended up like this. Tokiko has joined the party. By the way, what are those books about? I think I asked Rizuki before, but I forgot what he said. Asking a question like that after mugging my books from me. This shrine maiden really has no shame. They're books about the Shikigamis of the outside world. They're called computers? Or something like that, apparently. The Shikigamis of the outside world can link to each other and share information instantly. Several of them linked together can supposedly solve even the most difficult of problems. And they're used for pleasure and sorting documents as well, it seems. I guess it's like chewing gum to a fisherman. For pleasure? Do these Shikigamis sing and dance? I don't know the details. Aren't you reading those books to learn about the Shikigamis of the outside world? But issues 1 through 8 are missing. I tried to read from issue 9 onwards, but they're really so specialized at that point that I don't understand what they're talking about. How useless. Shut up. Still, thank goodness I have these books back. It's strange. She's already read the books once, and she didn't understand it well. Why is she so stubborn about having them? What does it matter? We've got a new ally to help us explore. Best not to point out such things. And there you go. So with that, we have everything explored. Phew. Feeling okay now, Miko? Yes, I'm fine. It seems I've caused you some trouble. I can't believe both Futo and I let ourselves fall under control. Oh, Crown Princess! How did you know about that? The years of Toyo Sotomimi aren't just for show. Whatever the case, I do know you had a hard time of it too, Futo. I must apologize for sending you to the underground with only a mere charm of protection. Aha! Are you finished yet? Miko, with the way you're talking, you sound like you know what's up. Hurry up and tell us what's going on already. I see you're the same as always, Marissa. Very well, let's go straight to the main topic. The mastermind behind this incident is most likely the Yamata no Orochi. Yamata no Orochi. Huh? Yeah? I see now. So that's why the Amai no Murokuma acted that way from the start. Which means this Divine Sword's objective is... alright, hold up. The hags really like being roundabout when you figured out something. Geez, explain yourselves in a simple enough way for us to understand. Oh my, I'm sorry. Additionally, call me a hag one more time and you'll find yourself falling through a gap. Miko, go ahead with the explanation. Alright, where to start? First of all, did you realize that Amai no Murokuma is the reason why you're able to explore the underground and the higher floors of the Great Tree freely? Nope. That's what I thought too. The Amai no Murokuma is the reason. What do you mean? It was an ardent task for me to even step into the upper floors of the Great Tree, let alone explore for extended periods. However, none of you felt any difficulty. This is because you had one thing I lacked, the protection of the Amai no Murokuma. Huh, so this shiny mustache sword is good for something. The biggest obstacle I encountered was the severe aura presence in the upper floors of the Great Tree. It was a terrifying mixture of divinity, a draconic aura, and the malice from the vengeful spirits. I felt like my sanity could be taken from me at any moment. I used a combination of my 7-star sword and Taoist charms meticulously inscribed with the 5 elements to withstand the aura and make it slow but steady progress further up the tree. But think about it, even Celestials wouldn't be able to evoke such divinity that would make humans shudder in fear. Your own Celestial is the perfect example. That's true. Hey! Furthermore, the esteemed Dragon God would never lurk anywhere beside the very top of the Great Tree. It is on an entirely different level, or even an entirely different world from us. No one is even certain if it is still in this world to begin with. So there is severe divinity in the upper floors, yet it doesn't come from Celestials. There is a draconic aura in the upper floors, but it doesn't come from the Dragon God. Additionally, there is an evil aura all over the place. This was quite the head-scratcher for me. I could only imagine that one of the lesser ancient dragons that serve the Dragon God decided on an act of betrayal, or perhaps someone concocted a way to control those ancient dragons. Those thoughts were running through my head as I reached the 22nd floor. Suddenly, I felt like I was being stared at by a pair of horrifyingly gigantic eyes. I froze up, my body refused to move as I wanted it to. Ah, so that's what happened there. Quite. You should know the rest already. While I was frozen into place, my eyes wandered upon all of you. All of a sudden, an uncontrollable impulse came over me, demanding me to attack you. I see, so that evil power overcame you and was dispelled in an instant by the Amai no Murokuma. Exactly. You have connected all the dots together. The culprit then became clear. An entity with divinity and evil that sends people cowering, an aura only possessed by the dragon species, and a fate so linked with the Amai no Murokuma that it caused the sword to act against it. That should make it obvious enough, no? I get it now. So that's why you think it's the Yamata no Orochi, the legendary evil dragon who was slayed by Susanoo, and whose tail housed the divine sword Amai no Murokuma. The most powerful and famous dragon in Japanese folklore. Divine in nature, tainted with malice, and intertwined in fate with the Amai no Murokuma. Yes, it ticks all the boxes for this incident's culprit. Perhaps the Yamai no Orochi manifested in Gensokyo in response to the Amai no Murakuma's crossing over and transformation into a Tsukumo Megami, or perhaps it was the other way around. Whichever came first, it's certain that both parties are trying to exert their influence now. The Yamata no Orochi is sort of a parent to the Amai no Murokuma after all. You and your group most likely didn't perceive too much about the aura due to the Amai no Murakuma's protection. It wasn't of any danger to you, so you didn't care too much about its peculiarities. That reminds me, the Amai no Murokuma did take control of Tenchi previously. If the entity at the top of the tree truly is the Yamata no Orochi, then it would be doing the same thing by controlling Futo in the underground and Miko at the upper floors. Given that the sword was born from the dragon's tail, it's plausible for them to have the same powers. Quite so. There's one more thing as well. Remember the scarlet gold metal that the Amai no Murokuma imposters were created from? What if they were not merely fragments of metal, but actually a crystallization of the power of the Yamata no Orochi? Aha! Which means the creator of the underground imposters would be... Indeed, it makes sense for the Yamata no Orochi to create its own pawns, imposters in the image of the people who stood against the Amai no Murokuma. Reimu's group has likely been acknowledged by the sword as fearsome opponents after all. True enough, it's easier to create something when you have an image in mind to work with. That's how my own powers work too. Furthermore, several in your group have been acknowledged as movers and shakers in Kensokyo, inspiring respect and fear alike. Wouldn't you qualify as well? Perhaps. In any case, many of you portray an image of strength, which Yamata no Orochi used to its own ends. It seems to be surprisingly smart this time around, at least. Far more than when it was killed in its sleep after drinking too much sake. As such, this is why I believe the greater entity at the top of the Great Tree is none other than Yamata no Orochi. Yeah, taking it all together, it does make sense. There's one more point that led me to this conclusion. As Yukari mentioned, you defeated the Ame no Murakumo and started carrying it around with you. Ever since then, it has clearly been helping you out when possible. In other words, perhaps from the very beginning, this sword's objective was not to control heaven, but actually to defeat the Yamata no Orochi. It used the Celestial's body and tried to do so itself at first, but now it's lending its power to your group to do the deed instead. Is that how it is? Jeez, why didn't you say so from the beginning? Don't bother. He hasn't said a word since I put a little seal on it at the shrine after we beat it up. Is it possible that your little seal is the reason why the Ame no Murakumo can't talk anymore? Nah. I don't think it's possible. Probably. Probably is your favorite word. There's no scarier word than probably when it comes from the yokai extermination expert. Anyway, if we follow that train of thought, this stupid sword wanted to control Tenchi to become some sort of Susanoo replacement. If that was your plan, you should have gone with me instead. When you think of defeating the Yamata no Orochi, you think of sake. And when you think of sake, you think of me, yeah? I can make 8 vats of sake right now. Yeah, sure, you've definitely gonna use some different sake that won't work. Probably straight from your gourd. Actually, what was that sake again? The one that was used to put the Yamata no Orochi to sleep? Yashiori no sake. Right, Yashiori. So, can you actually make it, if you can? Nope. As random as ever. I don't think it would matter to begin with. It already fell prey to such a silly method once. It surely wouldn't be caught napping a second time. It's probably come up with more countermeasures after learning it from its defeat to Susanoo. Yeah, Miko, do you have any ideas to deal with it? Heh, leave it to me. I have a suitable plan all prepared. And it was something I suspect I wouldn't have been able to pull off myself. But with everyone's help and the power of the Divine Sword, it might just go better than expected. Oh, you sound confident. Let's hear it. Now, be patient. I know everyone is incredibly anxious to hear the genius plan that could only have been concocted by the most brilliant of minds. That's not what I said. But everything has an order. I'll explain the details at the 23rd floor. It'd be easier to explain when we're at the spot itself. I don't quite get it, but I guess all we need to do is go to the 23rd floor. Alright then, I suppose I'll be imposing on everyone from now on. You certainly aren't going to refuse, right? Of course not. As if we would let you walk away after all that's happened. You're coming with us even if we have to drag you along. Crown Princess, let us do our best. Let's work well together, everyone. Toyo Sato Mimi no Miko has joined the party. And with that, we have 2 new peoples. All the way down here. Alright, so, hey, look, there's an empty slot there. I wonder what that means. Alright, so Tokiko and Miko. So, Miko. So one of the things that she does have going on for her is she does have her version of maintenance, which does double the FXO equipment. It's been a while since I last read up on her, because there's usually large gaps between me and reading the wiki. But despite the amount of stats she can get, she's supposedly still kind of awkward to use. Let's see, when she's at full HP, all of her attacks will actually ignore 40% defense, which is not bad. Unfortunately, that doesn't go very well with the way we've been buffing, because that does hurt us. Also, she has synergy with Futo. When the user gets a turn, if frontliner's combined current HP is at 300% or more, she gets increased attack and magic. If it's 200% or less, increases defense, mind, and speed. Double effect equipments. The effect of stat buffs on users is increased by 20%, and the user's maximum stat buff is increased from 100% to 120%. So that's not too shabby. Still, it's pretty expensive. She gets boosted stats if all of her MPs at full, which probably won't be the case. Then she has a spell that depends on what admin state she's in. So it's Mystic. It becomes Spirit if she's in G state and reduces all stats. And E is Dark and it can dispel buffs, which is not bad. Got a Spirit attack that attacks everybody and it has a really long delay. And then she has a spell that does recover HP. It also increases more HP based off the ailments and debuffs. It can even restore MP, which is pretty unique. So, kind of interesting. I'll have to look more to see if I want to use her or not. And then Tokiko. Wow, she starts with a nice set of boosts. That's nice. Let's see. When the user takes damage from an element with less than 160 affinity, the user recovers HP and MP. Oh, okay, so you actually want to keep her affinity low. R&M abuse victim. When Rainbow and Marissa are at the front, she gets a boost. When the user gets a turn and has a reading effect active, the effect of stat buffs active on the enemies are slightly reduced, and the effects of stat debuffs are increased. Shugari no Ontachi Ornament. When she has reading active, the effect of buffs and essentially buffs stay longer, debuffs degrade faster for frontliners. Let's see. Increases the strength of poison HP drain, heavy speed debuff. Pretty much it makes the status effects do more of what they do. And then Eye for an Eye, when damaged by an enemy, gets a buff for attack. When using... Alright, love the way you read, it's just ways to get that reading effect more often. And then Yokai Yakuza Kick is her direct attack, so she's got a physical attack with low delay. And if she has reading effect active, the effect is removed in exchange for increased damage and multiplier. Useful basic attack known for breaking Corondo's door. The Count of Monte Cristo can inflict shock and death. Not very strong. The user may use reading effect after use. If reading is in effect, delay is lowered and the shock and death effects are enhanced. Same thing here, except instead of being... Oh, so this is Cold Element, this one is Fire Element. Both these are AoEs, by the way. And this one is essentially Silence and reduces magic and speed. So, and reading just makes it better. Non-Newman systems, cures ailments, have stat debuffs, and recovers a small percentage of HP for all allies. HP healed increases if target was low MP. May give a reading effect after use, reduces delay, and heals more HP if reading is active. So yeah, a lot to go over there. So her kind of gimmick is you want her to get her reading buff active, and that allows her to essentially make use of all her fancy passives. So yeah, I'll be taking a look at these characters because eventually I do kind of want to try to have a full party someday, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, well, yeah, I guess that's it for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I'm the Depressed Dealer. This is Labyrinth of Touhou 2. I'll see you guys later.